This giant welcome figure in the Museum of Anthropology embodies a powerful story about two momentous events, 200 years apart, involving the same family. The first event was the meeting of head chief Mequinna and his chiefs with Captain Cook and his sailors in 1778 in Yuquat.
Mequinna spoke first. He was the head chief. He told them, we have nothing to worry about. They're sickly and they're obviously stupid. They know nothing about this world that we know of, which is great.
Mequinna's third chief, Joe David's ancestor, saw it differently.
He said, we have a great deal to worry about. He said, these people, yeah, they look in few numbers now and they look really dumb and weak, but they're going to start coming in greater numbers and they're going to kill everything that we know here as life. They're going to kill the ocean and all the life that's in that ocean. And they're going to kill even the air that we breathe, the water that we drink. It's going to be poisoned and kill it, and in that, they're going to kill us.
The chief went home and called his master carver
and said, I want you to carve this figure that's going to represent me, where I stood today with our chiefs.
So was born the original Cedar Man. Fast forward 200 years. Loggers poised to clear-cut Meares Island, Joe David's home. People are protesting. Joe has a vision of what he's supposed to do.
And in that, I saw a cedar man. And that was such a strong vision, I made this small cedar maquette. My old uncle, who was born in 1900, came out to visit me after I'd been there a few days or more. And he saw that cedar man, little guy. He said, when I was a little boy, I'm gonna guess 1904 or 5, that cedar man, that original one, was rotting on the ground on Meares Island. I had not heard that story of that 200-year-old story until that moment. And then he told me about our ancestor. I says, holy smokes, we've come full circle on this thing.
He went out and got the biggest log he could find and started carving Cedar Man 2 in a hurry so he could show it to a big conference of chiefs coming in 3 weeks. When he got it there, it transformed the conference and turned the tide in the protest.
It dominated the 3 days, pretty much. It took it out of the business. But from that moment, that whole movement to stop that environmental and social destruction that was going to happen, that was the beginning. They organized, I think it was, I don't know, maybe within the month, to bring that Cedar Man to Victoria and stand him in front of the Parliament building, rallying people to do something about this, to stop this. And it happened, it worked. It became a provincial story. And once it was a provincial story, it was a national story. And once it's a national story, it's a world story. That ancestor and that Cedar Man took over 200 years, but it brought consciousness to the people and to life. People are destroying life and the world. It can't be allowed. We've got to stop it.
Joe's work is all about family and history and home. His latest work, this big, beautiful bent box, reflects his continued concern about the environment. The box represents the sea. The whale's back is in the shape of the mountain on Meares Island. It's inspired by what's happened to his people's ancient whaling village and the ocean around it.
It's more and more just like the whole coastline being littered with waste, plastic waste, garbage people had thrown off the boats or whatever, washing up on our shores, a lot of plastic. It's quite disturbing. It was beautiful before. And then I'm going to, when it's finished, I'm going to go out to that island and collect all the plastic debris. A lot of it is for water bottles, ironically, and fill this chest with that.